lost myself. But I came home on a mission to wrap the map, to wrap the world. And I came home with a wrap on my belly, lifted up my shirt, like, like so excited. And then this guy, enter this guy. What did you do?
Wah, wah.
Has anybody ever had that happen? You're so excited. And then all of a sudden you come home to one that's supposed to be your biggest cheerleader. And they're like, they just look at you like you're crazy, right? Or maybe say something negative or not say anything at all and just went straight to bed.
Yeah, so here's how that works. Like, we literally didn't have time. And I know that everyone on the Zoom, if you've talked to enough people, you have heard, I just don't have time. And so we were that family. We literally were packed to the gills. We had 4 kids and activities, and it was just crazy. We lived a crazy life. And yeah, and we still do. It is absolutely insanity. Holy buckets. But, what's interesting about it is, she came in and she did that little ta-da, like WWF belt on her belly, and like I'm gonna do this as a business. Like I'm supposed to be impressed by that, and I wasn't. And not because I was like against it, just because like I was against anything. Like we had enough going on in life.
Yeah.
And so, fast forward, she, I'll just make this quick because I know our story is important, but really you want to hear nuts and bolts. Fast forward this way, she worked her ass off, and she started making a lot of money, and I started paying attention. And when she did, I came on board. I remember in 2012, she went to conference, and I flew down with her, and I actually went to play golf. And on that plane ride home from conference, that was the first conference, 2012, that they had initially introduced the good bonus. And she was so excited on that plane ride home, she literally talked the entire way home, like
I was so on fire.
And so, like 2.5-hour plane ride from Tampa to Kansas City, we literally sat there and wrote name after name after name on napkins, papers, and we created our own version of a 100 list. And we went through it. And when we got back, that was February of 2012. I started working with her. By August of 2012, she brought me home from my 6-figure bank job, because she was making that in 2 months what I was making in a year. And so actually then it was 3 months.
Well, and you know what? I have to say that he never caught that vision of this being long-term for us, being able to work together. But I did. I caught it a lot earlier than he did. And it could have frustrated me because I didn't have the support that I was looking for. I did not.
So might have to mute them all again, and then we'll unmute them. Okay, there we go.
So, it's not like, so when I came home and I was all excited and he wasn't excited, I could have been very defeated. I could have been very discouraged. I talk to many people on our team each and every day that are discouraged because they get no's, or discouraged that people aren't as excited, or they don't see the vision that you're casting for yourself. But you can't expect people to catch your vision, right? All you can do is paint it, because in their own timing, that vision will be caught. So his vision was caught because I went to work. I didn't complain about it. I didn't complain about the people that were naysayers. I didn't complain about not getting the wrap cash that I wanted, or the raise that I wanted, or the success that I truly desired, or how tired I was, raising our 4 kids, him going to work and me now trying another business. I didn't rub that in his face, right? He didn't make that decision. I made the decision to do something else in our life that our life was too full for. And I thought, you know what? If I'm going to do this, I got to make it happen. And so the night that he was not excited, it lit my fire, to be honest with you, because I thought to myself, if I can go and do something with this, even if it is $200 a month, then it's going to catch some reason, some way. He's going to catch his vision too. And so as I started to do that, I really just shut my mouth and I went to work, and I didn't nag him about this business or about any of the trials that I went through. And we did retire him within a year of this business. And if you would have asked him, 6 months previous to that, he would have thought, no way.
Not only no way, but like I didn't even want to leave.
Right.
Like that was not a desire of mine. So it's interesting to see
how
your
story.
Yeah, we can tell you a lot of crazy stories, but it's interesting to see how your life can adapt and change. And what I want you to take away, there's a lot of details in that story we're leaving out, but what we want you to take away from that is really this, like. A lot of men aren't on board at first. I get it. I was that guy. And I wasn't unsupportive. I just wasn't involved. And so again, we had a busy life and we had no room for anything else. And she recognized that, and she just went to work. And I'm sorry, ladies, like, you don't want to hear this, but if you've got a guy that's unsupportive and you're struggling with that, the solution is to show him. I mean, and that's an unfortunate reality. Like, you just got to buck up and get to work and not complain and not drag it down and not. I mean, the more negative you feel from what you're trying to do, the more you're only fueling the fire of that guy that's not on board.
Like, and what does Jerry Maguire say?
A lot of things.
He says, "Show me the money." That's what he says.
Yes.
And Pam does "Show me the money" call.
Yes.
So we have to show you the money. We have to show our men the money. Us women are excited about products and what they're going to do for us, right? You can see some head nods. Yes. I was so excited about what the possibility of this rap could do. He was only going to be turned on to this business if I could actually make money. So you got to show him the money.
That's right. All right. Let's find some questions.
So Missy, let's go ahead and go through some of your questions. Do you want to do this interview style, or you want me just to read the questions that you sent to me?
Lady, whatever you prefer. I mean, I can.
Why don't you ask me questions and we'll correspond back and forth? Does that work?
Perfect. Yes. Okay. So, number one question: what is your number one? And I know this is probably going to be, you maybe not have one, but your top lesson that you've learned as a leader on your way to success, to the very top of being a top income earner?
Oh my gosh. There's so many. Let me see.
I can fire away on that. So people always hate this. So like what happens is at conference, especially, you know, like leaders will challenge their teams to go around to your top earners and ask them like, what's your number one tip? What's your number one tip? And I'm like, you're going to hate mine. You're going to hate it. And it's the same thing I've always said. And it's look, man, if there's one thing that's proven itself over and over and over and over again about this business, it's that talent has absolutely nothing to do with success. Yeah. Tenacity does. Yeah. Go do it. Just go do it. Forget all the BS. Forget all the fluff. Forget all this thing you need to learn. Forget all the stuff that you think you need to have correct and the right verbiage, and forget all of that crap and just go do it. Nike was onto something with that slogan. And like, it's not more, it couldn't possibly be more true. The day you sign up for this business, you are already absolutely fully equipped to do everything that you need to do in this business, which is rap people. All you need to do is get the rap on people, and you know how to do that already.
Amen. The only thing that I would add to that is the idea that I'm getting over my own self. So there's always that self-doubt. I still have it today, guys. If you believe me, girls, guys, I'd say just guys. I still have self-doubt. I still doubt myself when I walk into a room sometimes, or I still doubt that I can accomplish or crush a goal, right? But I start speaking life into myself, because if I don't speak life into myself, then nobody else will. You know, it's the old adage that if you talk bad about yourself in front of somebody, it gives them permission to talk bad about you too. So if you dog yourself, or you think that you have no self-worth, or that you don't believe in yourself, people are going to catch on to that, and they're not going to believe in you either. And so we put off a lot more nonverbal communication than we would could ever imagine, right? That we could ever verbalize or ever speak, and people can catch on. They can catch up on that. And so make sure you're putting out that you do believe in yourself. And until you do, you got to fake it till you make it, right? There are some days, it was a hot mess here 20 minutes ago. We're good now, right?
It was a hot mess. And that, I couldn't, you know, it's so true. Like, we're big Toby Mac people, man. You have to speak life into your business. Like, we spend so much time doubting ourselves and buying into the BS of why we can't do something, or we don't have time. I'm not good enough. I'm not worthy. My husband doesn't support me. My mom's a jerk. My sister won't even buy a wrap. Everyone's telling me, we buy into this crap. And if we spent half as much time talking ourselves into things that we spend talking ourselves out, imagine what we could accomplish. So I'm going to echo that too. Look at high five. We're both.
Hey, wait. Look at my shirt. Believe in yourself, yay! Right?
Right.
If you don't believe in you, nobody's going to believe in you.
True that.
You hear that? So if you don't believe in yourself right now, that's okay, because we have enough beliefs that we can pour over to you. So you can actually take ours and own it as yourself. Okay? So fake it till you make it. Believe in yourself whether you do or not, because if you continue to say that you believe in yourself, you know what's going to happen? You're going to believe in yourself. Okay.
People with the
I have to stand up. I feel really short.
I know it's because you're yelling. The people with the most talent and the most smarts and the most like self-confidence do absolutely nothing. It's amazing to me. Like the people I always think are going to rock this out can't get over themselves. They don't do anything. And the people who I think, oh, they'll never do anything. Well, some of those never do anything. And then some of them just blow it up out of nowhere. And it all boils down to those who make up their mind to just go do it.
Just do it.
Amen. I'm like, we just need to drop the mic or something. What just happened? Okay. No, you know what? And that was one thing, Lori, when I connected, I was so thankful that I got to connect with you at the women's retreat, because it just shifted so much inside of me, because and it was exactly that, getting over yourself and having that conversation with you and really connecting. And so rolling that over, how important is it to you guys when you are leading your team how much do you tell them the importance of plugging in, showing up, being on the Zooms, being at the events, all those things? And did you ever at any point in your business not show up?
Oh my gosh, I showed up before I probably should have shown up. Probably. I can remember going to my first event as a Ruby, and I walked into the door, well, not walked into the door, but I walked through the door, and I was filling out my name tag, and they they wanted to check your rank back then, okay? You couldn't just say what rank you were. I was like, I'm Emerald. And she's like, no, you're Ruby. I'm like, but I'm going to be Emerald this month. Like, I'm going to put Emerald on my name tag. So that's just a fun little story. But I traveled 4 hours to go to that training. It was a boot camp, I think is what we called it at the time. But it was just a training. There was less than 100 people there. It was in St. Louis, across the entire state of Missouri. I had 4 kids, ages 1, 3, 4, and 5, and a husband that had to take off work to be able to relieve me to go. And so I would have, anybody else in the right normal mind would have said, absolutely no, I can't go. But for whatever reason, I felt like I needed to be there. And it changed my game. It changed my entire perspective on what this business could do for us as a family, but what it could do for me as well. And so getting to that meeting was so incredibly important, because I was able to watch people that were successful in front of me. I was able to meet Pam Souter. I was able to meet Dawn Berholtz, Dr. Dawn. I was able to meet Kyler Pentecost, Stephanie Dunn, Joel Dunn. And Joel and Steph were triple diamond, right? And I can remember them being there and thinking to myself, oh my gosh, if they can do it, I can do it. They're just normal people. They're just people like me that get up in front and talk in front of people, and they mess up like they walked into the door instead of through the door. If there are real people like this that can have success, then I can do it too. There's no reason that I couldn't do it. And so my vision grew from that one event. I went back and I knew without a doubt that I had to be at conference. And I think events, hands down, are so incredibly important when you connect and you unite with other people that are like-minded, that are going towards the same goals or success, speaking life into themselves. Because I can't tell you how many times out in the world, how many times you go around, everybody's frowning. You go on your Facebook newsfeed, everybody's grumpy, right? People are hurting in this world, and we have something to offer. And that allowed me to be able to see what we could offer our family. So when you show up, you really go up.
Yeah, I think it helps you see a vision, and it helps you create a reality. Because, when you get involved with this, you're like, okay, well, there's this bubble idea, but how does it actually function?
Right.
And so when you go get connected into that, it really opens your eyes to the truth. And I, my basis of absolute truth is the Bible. And so let's look at it this way. I believe Satan's primary tool against us is isolation. His goal always is to isolate you, to separate you from the will of God, to separate you from others. He can make you feel angry and bitter and alone. And it's no different than this business. Those people who operate out of isolation, absolutely every time always fail. Every time. And so if you're like that 10th Avenue North song, no man is an island. God didn't create you to be by yourself. He created you to be communal people, right? He made Adam, and he's like, hey, this isn't working. We got to have Eve. So it was never made to be a solo gig. And it's no different than this business, right? If you're out there trying to rock this solo, you're going to fail. So plugging in is absolutely essential. Biblically.
Yeah. I hope y'all are taking notes, seriously, because I'm like, can't even write fast enough. Okay, so going back a little bit to Quintin, when you started off, you just said, you guys got to go do it. You got to put wraps on people. We have a ton of new people on this Zoom right now. We've had a lot of new people join the team this month. So what could you give us, like, what's three, I know we know the steps to success, but what are 3 to 5 things you do in your business every single day, no matter what? Like, you check
Okay. First and foremost, I want you to hear me say this, and my wife she'll be right behind me screaming it even louder. Never, ever, 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 ever will you hear me go, we know the steps to success, but never will you hear me say that. And the reason for that is, and you can handle this, Misty, I know that. So the reason for that is that's truly, and I give you my God's honest truth, that is exactly what we focus on. This business is so simple. We work so hard to complicate the crap out of this business, but all we do is focus on those steps to success.
Okay,
and when we enroll people, I want to answer this question specifically. Here's what happens. When we enroll people, we bring people in this business, we overcomplicate this. Like, it's so different now than it was when we started. When we started, there wasn't all this gobs and gobs of information and awesome videos and awesome Zooms and awesome trainings and awesome. There wasn't all that. We had no choice but to just get out there and go to work. Now, everybody comes in and they try to be these professional acquirer of knowledge. Like, they're PAKs, I call them. We puke all of this information on them, and they're going, holy moly, I don't know what to do.
I don't even know where to start.
Yeah, so we say, look, man, there's a ton of information out here. Right now, all you focus on is going to get 4 loyal customers, 72 hours. We challenge them to get their 4 loyal customers in 72 hours. That's it. I don't talk about a business. I don't talk about the 3rd step in the steps to success. I talk about step number 2 and step number 2 only. That's it.
Yeah.
Go get your 4 loyal customers. Then come back and talk to me. Because getting your 4 loyal customers means I got to get that wrap on people. And that's what this business is all about. See, here's what's happened. We went through this explosion of social media, and social media is amazing. Right. It is an awesome part of the branch. It's one of the branches of the tree of our business. But it is not the tree, right? The tree has multiple branches. Social media is just one of them. If you took all of the top earners, 90 of them grew their business belly to belly. That means getting wraps on people. Somewhere along the way, we gotten out of this mantra of, I can grow all my business on social media. I don't need to wrap people. Bullcrap. That's not how people do this. That's not how you create a lasting business. It is a part of it, potentially. It is a complement to it. But where the meat and potato is getting the wraps on people. So to answer your question, I focus on the steps to success every day. Every day we have this sheet out. Take it over.
So I saw you probably grab my bag, right? I carry a planner with me everywhere I go, old school, right? I carry charts with me everywhere I go. I carry steps to success with me everywhere I go. And I'm a top earner. I don't have to, but I know that's the roadmap to success. I know without the steps to success, I'm not going to make money, right? The thing that makes us the most money in this business are 2 things, loyal customers and distributors, right?
No. Those are the only 2 things that make you money.
Right. So your loyal customers and distributors that you're bringing in, you can't do it without the steps to success. So every training that I'm ever a part of, I drill the steps to success, because even though I had walked away from rooms before where I had even covered the steps to success and walked away from a room with somebody confused on how to build this business. So I feel like sometimes, people are going to miss it. I don't care how thorough you are, explain those steps to success, people are going to miss it. So it almost needs to become like second nature. Like if my 10-year-old, my 8-year-old could not explain the steps to success to you, then there's a problem, right? Because this business should be that simple. So we should be breaking it down so simple that it's like it's just fail-proof, right? We can't not succeed. And so the 3 to 5 things that I do each and every day, I do a little post-it each and every day, every night. I call it my post-it note theory. I write 3 things on that list that coincide with that steps to success. And those 3 things are going to be different each and every day. That's booking a wrap appointment. We have to make sure that we are wrapping people. We're in the wrapping business. We don't open a cheeseburger joint and never sell a cheeseburger, right? Like imagine that. If you opened a hamburger joint on the side of the heaviest intersection in your city, and you never sold a hamburger or never made a hamburger to even offer to anybody, right? You would not be successful. How can you run a wrap business and not run an auto shipment with wraps? How can you run a wrap business and not wrap people? So you have to make sure that you're a responsible business owner by running that shipment. So you are prepared, always prepared to wrap people, because that's what we do. And that's the number one way that we make money. And I promise you, if your wrap sales are through the roof, you're going to be super successful.
That's so true. Wraps in the house, wraps out the house.
Yes.
That's how this thing works. And look, so a couple things that we do every day, rapid fire style. I check social media. I'm responding to messages. I'm always looking for new opportunities. Lori and I do this all the time. You may think it's crazy, and I will preach about this till I'm blue in the face. The most successful tool you will ever use is your hundreds list. Your hundreds list is your...
It's an absolute.
That's
another thing that I carry with me.
It's everything. And so we are constantly adding to that, changing that. I don't know where all of our notebooks are, but we go through constantly old leads. We're constantly going back through old leads and following back up with them, because we really believe that a no doesn't mean no, it means not now. And so we're constantly going back to all these people that we've had contact with and recycling through those. You know, and I think a lot of times what we do, and we're guilty of this too, I'll find that I've contacted people, I've talked to them, and I've just forgotten to push that conversation all the way to a yes or a no.
Yes.
And so I've got to go back through and filter through and make sure, did I get a no out of this person? And if I didn't, well, I'm going to keep pushing until I get a yes or a no. And so then maybe months, years later, we'll go back and follow up with them, because that no then isn't necessarily a no now.
Right. You know, someone's life changes every 9 months. Think about that. And so if you're not following up with people, someone will, and someone will sign them, and then that person will be the next ambassador diamond on their team. And so you have to be on your game. You have to have a system in place for follow-up. And for us, Fridays aren't the only day for follow-up. Every day is for follow-up, every day. Fridays are a great day as a reminder to go out there and follow up with people because of paydays, but every day is a follow-up. And what I mean by that is you're engaging with them on Facebook. You're staying in front of them. You're reminding them of what you do, right? Not necessarily, hey, join my team, cut and paste, cut and paste. People don't want to be spam. So if you're just putting cut and paste messages to people, people don't want that. They're going to block you. They're going to run from you in the grocery store. So if you want to run a very successful business and grow a very successful business, you have to be personable and you have to create that relationship. I had someone ask me today, how do you sign random people? I was like, I don't ever sign random. Randoms are never random. They're just not. What random people in your mind are, what you think are random, are people that I have been communicating with. I never have somebody just go to my website because I gave it to them and sign up. Never.
I've never had someone sign up because I gave them a Blitz card either.
No.
Ever.
And so it's building that relationship. So the Blitz card may be a tool, but it's not going to be someone that's going to say, oh, I'm going to grab your Blitz card, I'm going to sign up right now. Now, maybe that's happened to some of you, and if that's great, that's very rare. So you have to actually talk to people. You can't just leave them on the diaper boxes at Target, right? You actually have to talk to somebody, because this business is about building relationships. So what we do every day is we build relationships. We look for people to wrap, we build relationships, and we always are growing our network each and every day. Yeah. And I always have something that works on. So like right now I have a hat on, right? But I'll have a bracelet, I'll have a green band for my my Apple Watch, just something green. I have this beautiful emerald ring because of this business. Because of it works, my husband's able to buy cash for an emerald ring for me. It's a 4-carat emerald ring. It gets attention, let me just tell you. So when I wear it, people say to me, oh my gosh, it opens an opportunity to talk to people.
All right, let's mute it again while unmute ourselves.
You guys got that?
So never miss an opportunity to talk to somebody. Never miss an opportunity to live the Blitz. Never miss an opportunity to be open for business. Never miss an opportunity to have your success, because you never know when you're going to have somebody right in front of you and they're going to say, what do you do? And you get this conversation like, well, yeah, but people don't really make money with that. Say, bull, all you got to do is these 3 steps and I can make $500 this month. You want to do it with me?
Here's another thing. I think what people underestimate, that truly successful people are actually very disciplined at some things in their life. They may seem crazy, like we may seem really crazy, and we are, but we're very disciplined and intentional about certain things. And so, like, as an example, I drop the kids off every day at 8:30. From 8:30 to 9:30, we are working our business every single day. So maybe that day, all we have is that hour. I don't know. Maybe it's not. But maybe tomorrow, the only hour I have is 8:30 to 9:30. But every day, it's 8:30 to 9:30. Some days, it's 8:30 to 12:30 a.m., right? But every day, it's at least 8:30 to 9:30. And so I think people miss the idea that when I'm running a business, oh, I'll work it in. Oh, I'll work it in. No, you won't. You have to be absolutely intentional and disciplined about scheduling it and making it happen. You have to constantly hold yourself accountable to this. You can't take, like most people start this business because they want something new. They want to take a new direction in their life, right? You didn't join this business to do something old, did you? No, right? We're all wanting something new. Well, here's what we've learned. You can't take old thoughts and old patterns into a new opportunity. You're going to get the old result. So when you take when you have a new opportunity, you also have to create new thoughts, new disciplines, new intentionalities. Because if you apply the old ones, you're going to get the old results. You started It Works this business because you wanted something new. So you must apply new thoughts, new strategies, and new intentional methods of working your business. Don't trust yourself. Trust me. Don't trust yourself, right? You've got to be intentional and schedule a time to work or you won't work.
And like Quintin said, if it's an hour, if it's 15 minutes, do what it takes. When I was building this business from the ground level up, and he was working full time, and I had 4 kids at home with me each and every day, I had nap time. I built this business on nap time, guys, girls, ladies.
We built this city on rock and roll.
Nap time. Okay, so seriously, so you can do this business on nap time. You just have to be super focused. So if you have a very short amount of time, use your time wisely. Stop wasting your time scrolling through Facebook, liking and commenting distributors' posts. Stop it. Well, if you're growing your business on social media, you have to be engaging and bringing in new network. People don't, like I said, just don't randomly sign up. You have to build those relationships. The relationships take time to build. So you can't just go on one date and then get married, right? Like you have to date each other. You have to know each other before you actually enter into a relationship. So
here's another $1 million secret. If you go out, hop out on Google after this Zoom and check me out, because I'm right.
Check me out.
Check me out. Check me out. Check. Here's the deal. Ultra successful people, and I don't mean like, hey, we're just doing good. I mean high-end, ultra successful people.
Like even more successful than us, right?
Do not multitask. They don't multitask. Do your research. Your brain was not created to multitask. You think you can, but you can't. It has been scientifically proven. So our society has bought into the lie that I can multitask. I can do 15,000 things and write down and work on my call and type and listen to a Zoom and send out. No, you can't. You didn't hear everything we said if you're doing that. You cannot multitask. Successful people do not multitask. They focus with intention.
I love it. So true. All right, Misty, fire away. You got another one?
Okay, I had to unmute myself. So, yes, this one was sent from, let's see, what do you do to help a new distributor go from brand new to 400 PBV between now and the end of the month?
Super easy. I have a formula for this. So you want to pick up your pencil and write this down. First and foremost, you're going to have your auto ship on. And you're going to run that auto ship for 2 boxes of wraps. Why? Why do we put our auto ship on wraps?
Because you got to have wraps in to go wraps out. That's how you run a business.
So step number 1 to getting that 400 box is getting your auto shipment on 2 boxes of wraps. You're going to wrap 8 people each and every month. That's your goal. Only 8 people. You can have one party and you can wrap 8 people, right? So your goal each and every month should be 8 people because 8 people, think about it this way. It's going to break it down. If I can do my math really quick. That's 2 people a week. 90% of people see results right away with our wraps. That's a 90% success rate, right? That are going to sign up to be what? A loyal customer or a distributor, right? What is 90% of 8?
7.
7. What's the magic formula of our success?
7.
7.
Isn't that weird?
If you're wrapping 8 people, y'all, that's going to give you the 4 loyal customers and the 3 distributors that you're looking for each and every month. So commit yourself to wrap 8 people. How do you get that 400 box? I kind of detour it a little bit. How do you get that 400 box is very simple. You run that auto shipment with 2 boxes of wraps. That's 120 BV, right? Am I thinking that right?
Yeah.
It's 100, wait, no, 108. It's 108 BV. Yeah? I can't think right.
I'm just going to stare at you.
Will you stare at me?
Yeah.
That's 108 BV. I couldn't think of my
We used
math.
to do skinny pack, skinny pack, skinny
That's
pack.
what I'm
It used to
telling
be
you.
so easy.
It is so easy. Listen, okay, scratch. 2 boxes of wraps. Auto shipment. That's 108. Okay? Then you go get 4 little customers with skinny packs. What's a skinny pack BV? 80. 80 times 4 is what? Or 8 times 4 is what? 32. 320 BV. Then you're going to run your auto ship for that minimum of 2 boxes of wraps. That's going to put you over 400 BV. So that's my magic formula.
You got yourself off because we always say, at least run your auto ship for an 80 BV auto ship. So 80 BV auto ship, 3 skinny packs, that's $400.
4 skinny packs.
That's what I mean. 4 skinny packs, auto ship.
He was a baker.
Hey, together, we will get there.
Run your auto ship. 80 BV. It's the law. Do not depend on your 150 in commission or your 150 in personal volume because you'll miss your commissions. I've seen it happen over and over and over again. So run your auto ship for at least 80. I'm going to recommend 2 boxes of wraps. You're going to go get 4 people with the skinny pack because it's 80, 80, 80, 80. That's 320 BV. When your auto ship runs, you're at 400. Easy peasy.
Easy peasy.
Easy peasy. Awesome.
Easy peasy.
Awesome. So if anybody, I'm going to look at the chat really quick. What are some thoughts, anything else you guys wanted to share? Those are all the questions I had written down, but I want to make sure there's no questions in the chat. You guys, if you have a question, now is the time for sure. Put it in the chat.
This is a good one.
One of the questions you asked was, do we always believe we were going to be a top 10 income earner? Let me speak to my wife. So we joined in 2012, or actually, Lori joined in 2011. I didn't join in 2012. We've been top 10 earners since 2012. So 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, right? So never in a million years did we ever set a goal to be a top number of anything. Never. And never in a million years did Lori join this business and say, I want to be a number. Never. She never defined herself that way. She got in this business and said, you know what? I want to earn $200. I want to get my nails done. I want some me money. You know? I want some me money. That's what she did. When she got that me money, she was like, you know what? Man, I might be able to get a few more me monies.
Let's get some date night money.
Then we got some date night money. And then we got some
truck payment.
Then we got some truck payment. Then we got some washing machine money.
We
right?
did.
And some dryer money, right?
Yes.
And then we got some vacation money.
Yeah.
And so everything that we did was never based on a rank or number. It was always based on our life, our family. Like we were always like, hey, we can pay this off. We could go do this. We could accomplish this. We could take the family here. We can buy this. We could pay off our house. We can buy that house. We never looked at it as any type of a rank or any type of an achievement that way, ever. It still don't. I don't give 2 craps about what number we are. I don't. What I care about is what we make for this household and what we can provide and what we can teach other people to do the same thing. Like this business, look, man, nothing in the world gives you the opportunity to truly impact your financial situation like network marketing. Right. Nothing. And I can say that this way. I was the biggest skeptic. Every single thing I thought about this business, that I thought about this industry, that I thought about our products, every single thing I was wrong about. I thought this business was for people who didn't know better. They drank the Kool-Aid because they weren't smart enough. I honestly thought that, right? So I've never been so happy to be so wrong so many times. Nothing will give you the opportunity to impact your financial situation more than network marketing. Period. End of conversation.
What do I even say to that?
I know. He drops the mic every time. I'm just sitting over here like, okay.
The only thing that I can add something. The only thing of course I can, right? The only thing I can add to that is this. So I was like 200, 400 truck payment, date night money, vacation, washer and dryer. When I started getting so much money I didn't know what to do with, I mean, honest, because that can happen. That will happen if you're working your business like crazy. It will start happening when you start getting your paychecks in a month what your husband earned in a year, okay? When you start getting that much money, you're like, this is like monopoly money. And I started to think to myself, there are other moms just like me that want nail money. There are other moms that are looking to bring their husband on a date and be able to pay for a babysitter. There are other moms out there that are struggling in these areas that I was. And I remember what that feels like. I am on a mission to go find those mamas. I'm on a mission to find those people that are hurting, and I know exactly what it takes to get to wherever they want to be. in between, right? I know how to get them an extra $200 a month, an extra $500. If they can, if I can coach them and they can follow me, then they can be successful.
Well, that's the truth, man. That's not just lip service. Like we talk to our people. When we're out there marketing ourselves, we are always saying, look, if you're coachable, if you're teachable, if you can follow instruction and actually do. Actually do. So here's the disconnect. Everything about what we do works. Our business model works. Our product works. Our timing in this world works. Every single thing about what we do here, it works. The only missing piece is you. I can tell you how to do it. I can show you how to do it. I can hold your hand while we're doing it. But at the end of the day, you have to do it.
It's kind of like a diet, right? Like, I'm a foodie. I love food. I like Southern food. I like all the foods that are horribly bad for you. And we were on vacation. I probably packed on 10 pounds, right? And I'm like, holy buckets, right? But who's responsible for that? Not anybody else. No one's shoving food in my mouth, right? It's my conscious choice to make a decision to eat this or not eat that. Very much of this business, I can tell you what to do, but I cannot do it for you. So if you want to see the success that you truly desire, you're going to actually have to put in the work.
Yeah, and that's the truth, man. Some people, look, we all battle with the lazy bug. All of us do. That's just reality. Or we battle with the lies we tell ourselves and the lazy bug.
The lazy bug.
So you got to figure out how to squash the lazy bug. Hey, what's a good book about motivation, success, and God? Crash the Chatterbox is the best book I've read in years. Highly recommend that. It's by Stephen Furtick. I read all of Furtick's books, and Crash the Chatterbox is by far the best one. How do you seal the deal with LCs and DTs? Tell them about your 1 to 10.
Okay, I have some great tips. On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being lose my phone number, never call me again, and you kind of laugh, to 10 being here's my credit card information right now, I'm ready to sign up. Where do you fall? And you just simply ask that question. It's awkward, absolutely, yes, but you ask it anyway, and you say it like this. Hey, I have a really awkward question, but I'm going to ask you because I have to ask everybody that I'm on a call with or everybody that I'm in front of with this business because I don't want to waste your time, and I certainly don't want to waste mine either. We've been on the phone for about an hour, and we're talking in a circle. So I want to make sure that I am asking you this question. Play along. Bear with me. And just ask them on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being lose my phone number, never call me again, to 10 being I am ready to start making money today. Here's my credit card information. Where do you fall? And then you zip it. Don't answer for them. They will give you an answer. And when they give you that answer and they say 7, say, awesome. Well, how do you get you from a 7 to a 10 right now today? And they're going to say, well, I need to talk to my husband, or, well, I'm going to wait for payday. I'm like, okay, what do you think your husband's going to say?
Mm-mm.
And then I prepare them. Okay? I have to respect that they're going to talk to their husband, but I tell them this. You know what? 6 years ago when I said yes to this opportunity, I can't believe I didn't ask my husband because we talked about that kind of stuff. But anything over $100 we had to talk about. Well, this opportunity was $99. So I said yes without talking to him. And I want you to be armed with the right tools necessary to be able to talk to your husband about how you make money with this business, because your husband's going to want to know if you're wasting time, then you better be making money. And this is how you're going to make money. And so I pull the steps to success out. So that's one great closing tip.
Another good one is every message you send should end with a question. Never send an open-ended statement, a message, a text. Never. Always end your text messages, your direct messages, your instant messenger, your snaps, everything. Always end them with a question so that people feel obligated in some level to respond.
I have to tell you a quick story on this, okay? Kale, our son, was doing a fundraiser for a gun raffle for baseball, and he was crafting some messages up, and he gave it to me. He said, what do you think, Mom? I'm like, well, I don't know. I'm like, would you buy from you? I'm the tough guy, right? And I said, maybe you should word it to let them know that you're excited, you're passionate about what you're doing, that you've almost reached your goal, and you really could appreciate and count on their support. When you form a sentence or form a communicative dialogue with somebody in that regard, that you are excited, you've almost reached your goal, and you would certainly appreciate their support, then how can they say no? So every text that he sent out that he had that formula with came right back as absolutely what do you need from me, buddy?
That's true. And that goes to this end. You have to create ask the right questions to get the right answer. Yeah. Like I think some of these people they're saying the wrong things. They're talking about things that aren't relevant. You're him-hawing around it. People are busy, man. You're busy, they're busy. Get to the point. Right. And so I think you got to create a relationship. Yes, there's a balance here, but get to the point. Yeah. They want you to get to the point too. So you have to ask specific questions to get specific answers. And so that's important too. I saw someone talk about how she worked all day and she's got all this stuff. She's super busy live. I do this, this, and this. And I followed up with 20 people today and I just, I'm not getting much. Here's the thing.
We have days like that.
I just want you to hear this because I think perspective is important here. We've been doing this for 6 years now. 6 years, right? You don't get to the top at 20 people a day. You just don't. How many people we talked to today?
Hundreds.
Hundreds. Every day. And I don't think people get that. Like, I think that I talked to 5 people, and 5 people told me, no, I'm done today. What? 5 people isn't my first 3 minutes of the day. So, like, literally, I think top leaders need to do a better job of creating perspective for the amount of work we're actually doing.
So here's the thing.
I think it's just, you all are just, not you all, but people in general are clueless. They have no idea. We're literally talking to hundreds of people a day, every single day. That's how you get here. You don't get there doing it with 5, and then people are like, my life's too busy. I don't have time. Guess what? Our life was busy. We didn't have time. You got to make time. You got to decide, do you want your life to keep being busy, full of excuses of why you're busy, or do you want to create an opportunity to solidify the freedom of your own time?
Boom. So here's the thing. Success is earned. It's not luck. But the harder you work, the luckier you get. So if you're looking to make $200, 20 people's fine. You have to look at where your goals are.
That's a good point. That's a really
And so
good
if you
point.
want to be a top earner, it's not going to be enough. Okay? But if you don't want to be a top earner and you're looking to make car payment money, then you have to really come to grips with the amount of time that you're putting in. So, if you look at a full-time job and you get full-time pay, you've worked 40 hours, right? So what are you putting in to get back out? If you are working this business like a hobby, you're going to get hobby money and you may or may not get a paycheck. And that's going to be fine, right? But if you want to work this business and get paid like a business owner, you've got to start taking this business seriously and treating it like a business each and every day.
Man, I bet we should track this better. I bet 1 out of 100 people I talk to, I actually get to create real dialogue. That doesn't even mean that it will become a customer or try a rep. But 1 out of 100 people now, at this point in our business, 1 out of 100 people probably are we getting to create a real dialogue with. And then of those 1 out of hundreds, 2 or 3 of those maybe become customers or distributors. So it's a law. There is a law of numbers in there. So if you're talking to 20 people a day, great. That you have to expect that it's going to take me a full week before I get 1 person who may be interested in trying a rep. It's just a law of number. And you know what's tricky about it is that person may be number 1. It may be number 99. You never know.
You never know. And it takes grit. It takes the consistent effort of keep putting in. If you constantly keep sowing seeds, you keep planting them, right? Eventually they'll harvest. I had a gal reach out to me. I don't know if she's on this Zoom or not, but she's a newer distributor. And she's like, I'm struggling trying to get distributors. I'm like, okay, great. Well, what have you done step number 2? When did you join? She joined this month in March. I'm like, okay, congratulations. You made a great decision. Did you get your 4 customers? She's like, no, I have 9. I'm like, great, that's awesome. Let's celebrate that.
We're not struggling. If you have 9 customers, you are not struggling.
Started March 9th, got 9 customers. I'm like, that's phenomenal, first of all. Secondly, if you're struggling to get distributors, tell me how you're doing to go about it. How many people are you talking to? She's like, well, if I'm being really, really honest with you, I've only talked to 2 people. I'm like, that's right. You've got all the tools necessary to be able to share this business with people. You have 9 customers in a month of being in this business. All you have to do is share your excitement and people will jump on board. People buy you before they buy anything else. And so if they're buying products from her that she's not even used, they're going to join a business that she hasn't proven, right? Because she's excited. So people are going to buy you before they buy anything else.
So one of the questions was, do you prefer texting, messaging, talking in person, sending pics? I prefer all of that. I think there's a place for all of it. I really feel like we've gotten to a point in our businesses as a whole where we're hidden behind a computer screen or a phone. And we've lost the personal connection that is involved in life. So the more you can talk to people, the better off you're going to be. The more you can record a personalized video and text that to them or message it to them, the better off you're going to be. The more that you can put the real emotional, caring, touch, feel, smell version of yourself in front of someone, the better chance you're going to have creating dialogue and creating a real lasting relationship. Text just cold black and white, that's tough, man. It's tough because people can read into it. They can read out of it. You never know how it's going to go. So the more you can get on the phone with people, in live person with each other, or, Zooms or Facebook Lives, or, I mean, not Facebook Live, but FaceTimes, or, just even just recording a video and sending them. We used to do a lot of voice messages, and we found more success sending actual short videos. So, people see that you're a real human being and not just blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean?
I just did one today in the car waiting for my daughter to cheer, looking just like this. And I messed up when I was talking, but I sent it anyway, And she's like, I absolutely want to join your team. I mean, why wouldn't she, right? Because she's going to look at me, she's going to be like, I can do that so much better than her. And please know that life is going to throw you all sorts of curveballs. Things are going to happen in your life that you can't control, but there are some things that you can control. And the things that you can control can buy you resources to be able to provide for your family, to be able to give you a better life. And so if you've had a bad day, okay, that's fine. Go forward, right? We don't look behind us. Our success is not determined from the things that we've done in the past. Success is determined on what we do today going forward. And so stop beating yourself up for the past and move forward. When those life hand you those curveballs, that's what this business is all about. It's being able to step back when you need to and go full throttle when you want to. But understand that when you step back, you're not going to get that full throttle paycheck.
Wow. Okay, I have one more question that just came up on here. How do you approach those you haven't spoken with in months or years? So maybe you didn't follow up, you talked to them once. How do you go back to that?
I apologize. Oh my gosh, I'm so embarrassed. I haven't talked to you for 2 years. Will you please forgive me? That opens that line of communication, right?
Or, it's one of those where it's like, maybe it hasn't been quite 2 years, but maybe it's like you could go back to a lot of people and say, hey, I just got a fast start bonus this week. And every time I get a fast start bonus, I think, man, you would really be good at this business. Your personality, or whatever, fill in the blank with personalize it to whatever they're good at or why they would be good at it, be genuine. But, I thought of you. And every time I get paid, I think of you.
And this is why I thought of you, because it shows that relationship. So, oh my gosh, I just got pay loaded, my bonus loaded, and I'm headed to get a pedicure with my daughters. And it works as paying for it, and I couldn't help but think about you and your 3 girls. Yeah. When's the last time you were able to pay cash for pedicures? Well, we've never been able to do that. Let me show you how.
That's awesome. That is awesome. You guys, thank you so much. Does anybody have anything else before we close this out? I just want to say thank you for taking the time to love on us and pour into us and speak it so real. One thing about Quintin, I heard you guys, I don't remember what event it was, but you guys just, oh man, I'm trying to think where it was. I want to say Michigan maybe, but man, you guys just laid it all out, and I was just like, and you brought it again.
Well, let me just say, having the opportunity to spend some time with you at the Women's Retreat was an honor. And I think that each and every one of you that are on this Zoom are very, very lucky to have Misty as an upline. She knows exactly what she's doing. She knows exactly where she's headed. She believes in herself that she's going straight to the top, and she believes in you as well. And so we can't thank you enough for inviting us on your Zoom.
Here, I have one more tip I'm going to leave you with. I think that there are good leaders out there. I think there are ranks out there, and I think there are great leaders out there. You all need to be protecting yourself, who you're following, who you're giving your influence to. I would have a very short list of people that I'm dialing into, and I would dial into them hardcore. I would take someone like the Cannellers, and I would say, look, I'm not only following them, I'm starring them. I want to see what they're saying every day. And I would have about 3 or 4 other leaders to do that with. But be very careful who you're allowing to give you influence, because not everybody leads the way they should lead. Not everybody does the things that they should do. And just because you're a rank doesn't mean you're a leader in my book. I'll argue that to the end of the earth, right? So be careful about who's giving you your influence and who you're influencing, right? So dial into the right people. I'm going to start talking more and more and more and more about that, because we've had a lot come and go. We've had a lot come and go. And the writing is always on the wall. It's never been a surprise to me, the people that bug out of here. And so I'm very intentional about who I tell our folks to follow and dial into. Cannellers are one of them.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you guys very much. I appreciate you so much. And I cannot wait to see you in the VIP section.
Hey, girl.
As the Presidential Diamond, just saying.
That's
and
awesome.
bring so many of my team with me. So I'm excited for that, you guys.
I can't wait. I'm saving you a spot right here. Well,
girl, you know, I will be. I fell in love with her, Quintin, at the women's retreat. I told her, I'm like, I just love you. I just fell in love with her. So I want that seat. I really do, next to you.
Well, come on, girl.
I always say Lori's like she's like the underground, man. Like, she's like the most underrated weapon out there. Consistently rocking.
Hey,
she always rings truth. She's always got the right things to say. She always says it the right way. And like, she just floats under the radar. And then here's like, Lori Conway. Holy crap, I just heard Lori Conway. And then she's floating under the radar. Oh, there she is, top 10 again. Floating under the radar. Boom, saying the right stuff again. That's my wife.
And that's what I like.
I love it.
All right. Thank you so much. Thanks for having us.
Thank you for coming, and God bless you guys, and I will see you very soon.
See ya.
Bye. Good night.
Night.